We'd like to be the first to welcome you here to Anchorage.
Finally here in Ted Stevens Anchorage International Airport. I'll be taking the route Native Alaskans call the loop. I'm not gonna hunt, I'm not gonna fish, I'm not gonna wrestle bears, I'm not even gonna whitewater raft. This is more of a personal vlog. You know, America is a beautiful country and it's for every American to see. So don't feel that just because you don't hunt, fish, or doesn't mean you can't go to places like Alaska. The number one reason why I'm vlogging.
Hi, welcome to the historic Gakona Lodge, located in Gakona, Alaska.
And all of our beers are actually only from Alaska.
You live here all these years, why don't the bears come after you? If I'm out there trekking, I come across a bear, how effective will my bear spray be? Welcome to the first day of my Alaskan Loop journey, where I'll be exploring what Native Alaskans call the Loop, which is a start in Anchorage, up to Fairbanks, down through Denali, and then back to Fairbanks again. I got my directions mixed up towards Anchorage, not Fairbanks. I'll be here a total of 8 days, and I'm happy you could join me on my solo trip. Now, I've been traveling quite often, especially in the last 6 years in the lower 48. And most trips I do take my son along, but I'll be doing this one solo because, he's turning into a responsible young man and has his work in school, so he's unable to get off for this trip. This stop is a halfway point between Anchorage and Fairbanks, and I'll be staying at the Gakona Lodge, which I'll be going to next. Now, I'll give you a good idea of the amenities, and in case you want to book there, you'll have a pretty good idea of what to expect. Now, I spent a lot of time in the western United States doing a lot of loop trails, hiking, a lot of driving. I love driving with the scenery, with snow-capped mountains, driving through deserts. And what better place can you do it in Alaska, I was thinking. I've been putting off the trip the last couple of years. The drive between Anchorage and to here, about 200 miles. It is a nice drive. Completely honest with you, I've had nicer drives in Colorado. One of the first things I've noticed right away in these parts so far, that unlike in the lower 48, like Colorado, Idaho, Montana, Arizona, there are trailheads everywhere. But around here, there aren't many. Actually, I think I've only seen one or two in the 200 miles. Anyway, I'm going to do the best I can to find something to do while I'm here. It's just one night. I'll be spending some time at the lounge over there. I'm right by a road over here, so at an overpass. But I do have my handy can of bear spray. I'm happy you could join me. As you could tell, I'm not a very experienced speaker or vlogger. And if you look at my channel, I don't have much on there. Just pretty much learning to video edit, as it's more of a hobby. I don't expect this channel to go anywhere. I don't travel enough. I don't have the production equipment. It's just me, myself out here. So I'm gonna do the best I can to vlog my experience. The number one reason why I'm vlogging is because I kind of want to document the things I do in my life. Because, we all have to accept one day the inevitable will happen. And I just want something I've done out there, maybe in a, 100 years from now, somebody's going to look at my video and say, hey, look at that a-hole out there, not knowing what the hell he's doing out there in the Alaskan wilderness. So why not? And plus, I can't stand the way I sound when I talk, so I don't blame you if you want to turn it off right now. But like I said, this is pretty much to log my personal life out there and give other people a good opportunity to see what it could be like to solo travel. especially in far-reach places like Alaska. So anyway, well, thank you for joining me. Right now I'm going over to Gakona Lodge, and I'm going to give you a good idea of what to expect in case you want to book there.
Hi, welcome to the historic Gakona Lodge located in Gakona, Alaska. My name is Michelle and I'll be helping you up to your room today. We have 9 rooms upstairs with 2 shared bathrooms, and we have 1 private room downstairs with its own bathroom. This lodge was built in 1929. The original lodge was built in 1904, but it has since collapsed in on itself. Your room is right down here in room 5. We have 2 shared bathrooms, one at the end of the hall for you and one right here. If you need any towels or blankets, they're located at the end of the hall. The bar opens up at 5:30. There's a restaurant as well, and 3 other cabins down the way. Feel free to wander the property as much as you want. And if you have any questions, feel free to come down and see me.
Sounds good.
All right.
So,
thank you so much.
So you can go inside and just give me a quick rundown of the amenities of the room.
All right, the amenities of the room. Wow, I'm sorry you have the street side.
That's fine. I don't mind. I'll be here when it's nighttime. I'm not going to be looking outside anyway. So
all right, queen bed, towels, your dresser. If you need anything like dryer or heater or whatnot, please let us know. We do supply earplugs because some people sleep very light. And we do have eye masks for you because it doesn't get dark here in the summertime.
Okay.
And some people don't like that. There's also the Gakona River, which is right behind the lodge. We have a couple picnic tables out there. Feel free to go ahead and sit by the river and just enjoy yourself. At the beginning of the season and the end of the season, we have a fire pit that we usually fire up, and it's right by the river, and that's a fun place to hang out. The locals are all very, very friendly. You can usually meet lots of them when you go to the bar or the restaurant.
Oh, good. You're expanding. It sounds great.
Yes, we are.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to be part of your first full season.
Well, we are happy you're here.
Okay, great.
All right.
Now that I'm all settled in at the lodge, I'm going to do one of my favorite things I like to do on these trips, to check out the local beer. So come on inside with me at the Trapper's Tavern right here on the lodge.
So how's it going?
All right.
We're going to get you a beverage, something to drink. We have some awesome beers on tap. Local brewery, Gakona. Delicious beers. I have an IPA.
Awesome.
I have
Let's
a
just take a look
berry.
at what you got over here.
Absolutely. The 3 here, they're very local. I mean, right down the road. I have a Jackalope Harvest Cranberry IPA, Bummy Berry Wheat, which is like a cranberry, blueberry mix, and then a Killer Rabbit IPA. The 2 IPAs aren't that hoppy. The Bummy Berry Wheat's real sweet, real smooth.
Excellent.
And then all of our beers are actually only from Alaska.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I like that blueberry wheat. Give me some of that.
Absolutely. There we are.
All right. Sounds good. So
Enjoy.
from my understanding, you're not from Alaska.
I am not from Alaska. No, I was born and raised in Florida, in Miami. I actually currently live in Central America in Belize on an island, Ambergris Key. Yeah.
So what brought you here to Alaska?
So I wanted a summer job, and I've never been to Alaska. Why not?
Gotta have it. Alaskan brewed beer.
While we're out here, I just let it go. Just take it out every once in a while.
It's got to be the fresh mountain water supply, huh?
And Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the tree.
Yeah, hell, that's
I'm
awesome.
going to give another beer a try.
All right, you got me another beer?
Yes. What's the Gakona brew you recommend?
I'd probably go with the Killer Rabbit IPA.
Oh, let's get some of that. That sounds
Absolutely.
good.
I'll get right up for you.
Absolutely. Let's see what a Killer Rabbit brew tastes like.
Yeah, brother. You want to start your time or you
Oh,
want to close
yeah.
out?
Nice and hoppy.
You
Not
want
too
to close out or
strong.
you want
Go with this for now.
All right.
I tell you, it's got to be the mountain water here in Alaska.
Absolutely.
Many will say to really experience Alaska is to explore the Kenai Peninsula. I have no doubt it would be an amazing experience. But I wanted my first adventure to the land of the midnight sun, away from the touristy areas, away from the crowds, and away from, well, people like me.
I can't be with someone like me. I hate myself.
Alaska is big, very big, and and this won't be my last visit to the last frontier. A big part of my journeys are not only to sample local breweries and view the unfamiliar landscapes, but also to develop a connection with the natural world. And a big part of that process is to mingle with the locals who have the knowledge and wisdom to make that possible. It didn't take me long to realize that I made a great decision in choosing the Gakona Lodge for my first night in the Alaskan wilderness. I would much rather seek bear advice from a place where bear and moose populations outnumber people over an article written in some New York City high-rise any day.
My name is Amy Akola. I am from Fairbanks, Alaska. We are in Gakona Lodge. My cousin owns the lodge. I'm down here helping working. It's beautiful down here. The river's beautiful. There's bears you can see on the hill.
Yes, it's absolutely beautiful. We all want to know. So, if I'm out there trekking, I come across a bear. How effective will my can of bear spray be?
You better be able to run, because all that does is piss off the bear. Spray that, and you better be able to run real fast. Yep, because all that does is upset the bear.
Emma is referring to an actual bear encounter, but what are the chances of crossing paths with a bear?
So, you're local to the area.
I was going to say, what do you
Yeah.
have? Chicken tenders and fish and
Lived
chips.
in this area a little better than 40 years.
So, where I'm from, people want to know, how are the bears out here? You ever have any close encounters?
Well, not all that close to them. I've had a few through the yard.
So, why is that? I mean, you lived here all these years. Why don't the bears come after you?
They don't like me
Oh, they don't like you? Why not?
because I feed them a load of birdshot in the backside.
Oh,
Well, you know, you educate them.
oh really?
They don't come back. They just go away.
Oh. So, what is your recommendation on people that travel through here in regard to going out in the wilderness, coming into encounters with bears?
Most of the time, they won't even find the bear because the bear hears them coming and they leave. The bear don't want you any more than you want it.
All right.
While the chances of crossing paths with a bear may be low, but one thing is for certain, it's not very wise to be venturing out there alone. I was once asked if I carry my firearm while I'm out there. I don't, but if the only other choice is not going at all, then I might as well not drive, because it doesn't take much for a car coming in the opposite direction to cause a catastrophe. Michelle was right. The locals are friendly, and driving out here, I didn't see much housing or any structures that would suggest many people live out here. That night at the lounge, it almost felt like people appeared out of thin air to check up on me, to see if I needed anything, to make sure I was comfortable. If beer is not your choice of alcohol, mixed drinks are also available. There aren't many dining options available in these parts, but the lodge does offer meals. Plan ahead and contact the lounge in advance to see what options are available for you. I didn't order food as my indulgence of Alaskan brews crossed the threshold to where it's not advisable to eat that soon before retiring for the night. But trust me, it looked good and everyone seemed to savor every bite. Like all good times, they eventually come to an end. I finished my last beer, said my goodbyes, and headed back to my room where I slept like a baby. That's all for this episode on my first stop along the Alaskan Loop. It's early in the AM and I'm heading north to Anchorage. Will I recommend staying at the Gakona Lodge? Absolutely yes. As long as you understand the area that you're in, you know, especially folk like us that are from the suburbs of the cities, you're not going to have nearly the amenities as you're used to. But I promise you, the staff are very welcoming and they're very knowledgeable of the area, and they will give you the best advice of things to do. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on my next trip. Yeah, haha, I did it again. I got my directions mixed up. As you could probably tell, I was educated in geography and of course speech by Sylvester Stallone.
If you want to be the king of the beast and smell like a jungle rat, cat.
To Alaska, go north, the rush is on, where the river is winding. Big nuggets they're finding. north to Alaska.